Hello. Now this is just another instalment of the small holding video diary. I'm trying to kind of do them on a monthly basis, just to kind of give a bit of a monthly update, I guess, on what's going on with the small holding and stuff like that. Now it's spring here now. It's been spring for about a month, so the frosts have kind of gone. The flies are back. You can probably hear them buzzing around. I've got the door open. Frosts have gone, so all the brassicas, cabbage, collie, broccoli, the winter lettuce, all that kind of stuff's been out for a while now. I'd done the turnover. You probably saw, I think I did a winter turnover. So I turned everything over. I grew that the peas for the green manure crop. They've broken down really well. I put a lot of manure back into the beds, probably about 5 or 6 weeks ago. And that's come on really well, so the beds look really nice and rich and ready to rock. So all the spring stuff that's going to go in should do really well. So that's good. Now I've only just started putting some stuff in. What did I put in? I put in rhubarb a few weeks ago. I put in zucchini yesterday. Today or yesterday. The video will be on there. So I'm going to wait a little bit longer. Like in the country, generally, you can get frosts up until mid-spring. So you only need one night of it, you know, being really cold and frosty to knock off a whole batch of seedlings. So you've got to be careful. I put in a few seeds of a few things about a few weeks ago, and they're just starting to break the surface. Potatoes are just starting to come up, which is good. I'm kind of waiting, I guess, more so now, because I want to give it about another 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, and then I'll start putting like tomatoes in. That's my favourite thing, to grow tomatoes, so I'll put in a few of those. Like the first video I did was on tomatoes, I think, so I'm pretty keen on tomatoes, so I'll go for those. And I've got zucchini in, and I'm going to go for some eggplant as well, and chilies, and probably won't go for beans. I'm building another garden bed, and one's halfway done, so I'm getting a bit more space, so we'll see how we go. It all kind of depends, I guess. Summer and spring and summer are the best cropping times of the year, I reckon. Like, you can just, stuff just goes off its head, so you can really get a lot of stuff getting in and going off really quickly, which is good. So you kind of want to get a lot of stuff happening, but then, like, we're still in a drought, so I don't really know. We don't know how it's going to go. The dam, for example, is only half full. Last year, this time of the year, it was full. We got enough rain to fill it. This year, it was filling, and then the rains kind of just eased off, so it didn't fill. So that was a bit of a bummer. So the only, which is, it's good in one sense, because at least we've got some water, but that'll be gone by just Christmas, around Christmas time, I reckon. So the tanks are full, so that should be cool. I pretty much just keep them for the garden until I get a few more down the track, and then I can start diverting that into the house for like the toilet and stuff like that. Start using that water inside. That's the garden. All the fruit trees are starting to bud through. That apricot, the tree transplanting videos, I did 2. Part 1 and 2, obviously. That's starting to bud up really well, so I'll do a quick update on that one too, because it's coming up really well actually, so it looks good. One plum, I put in a peach that I transplanted, looks a bit average, so I don't know if that took. Sometimes, you know, some things just don't take, or you lose things, you know, despite your best efforts. So I don't know what's going on with that. All the other fruit trees look good. The cherries are coming up real well. They're all starting to, the buds have opened and the leaves are starting to come out, so I'll have to get around to getting, I'm going to try a new thing this year for pear and cherry side, because I've got a lot of pears and cherries, because I like the fruit, of course. So I'm going to try a new thing. And a Greek guy I was talking to a few weeks ago told me if you mix lime and water and make a paste and paint the trunk of the tree at the base, they won't climb up over it, because they're in the ground, the larvae's in the ground, and then they climb up the tree and then they start eating the leaves. So I'm going to give that a go. I'll do a video on it and I'll show you, and we'll see if it works or not. So I'm not sure. He swears by it, but I don't know. So that the cherry tree is good. The sheep are good. Lamb's getting bigger. He's like good size now. Like how can I put it? Labrador kind of size. small Labrador size. He's actually quite good. Last year's lamb's still there, so he'll have to go to slaughter soon too. I'm kind of concerned if it doesn't start raining a lot the next few months and it's a dry summer, I'm going to have to get rid of the other lamb too, not keep him for a year and then get rid of him, because I do really, even though I've only got, you know, a few at the moment, I don't really want, like, I'd rather have 4 mouths to feed rather than 8 if it's going to be dry, because I really don't want to be buying in a lot of food for them and stuff like that. So I might have to reduce, like, that's good for the freezer, but, you know, we'll see what happens with that. It's kind of a waiting game, I guess. I can't imagine what the farmers, outback farmers go through. It's like 10 times worse, you know, so hopefully it rains and they're alright as well. Now the house, we've been doing the bathroom still, the bathroom reno ones you would have seen in the past. It's coming to the end. The bath's in, half the piping and stuff like that is in, so I'm going to have hot water and that back again soon. I have to boil the kettle 3 times to wash my dishes and stuff like that, because that's a nightmare. We've had to burn some stuff off, a lot of trees that just didn't come back, that died. I don't really like burning stuff off, but sometimes you just get so much. If you've got a good sized farm, you get a heap of dried old wood. Sometimes you can cut what you can up for firewood and keep it, but then the rest you get stuck with, so sometimes it's easier to burn it off. But yeah, I don't really like doing that. I try and only do it once a year, one burn off. So we've been clearing a lot of stuff, because there is a lot of stuff around, and cutting all the grass back, because the grass from now on for the next month, like 2 months, the grass growth is really rapid, so we're going to have to mow a fair amount just to try and, you know, we do get snakes and that here a fair bit, so I want to try and keep it clear. It doesn't really stop them if the grass is cut down, but at least you can see them. You can't just go drudging through long grass, you just get bitten. So we'll do that. I've had the sheep in another paddock too for about the last 5 weeks. We've quartered off another paddock, and my father and I have started clearing the back paddock. You can kind of see behind me up in there. We want to make, because that's a pretty good grass grower too, so I've done a video on that, so I'm going to go through the process of what we're doing, but there's a whole lot of rubbish up there, so that's a bit of a nightmare too. So hopefully I'll have about 4 paddocks, so I can rotate the sheep, obviously like crop rotation, like with vegetables and things like that. I try to give, you know, paddocks a break, because they're constantly being eaten down and peed and crapped on by sheep or whatever livestock you've got. Parasites can build up and stuff like that. Plus the grass just needs a break, you know. Sheep are just machines, they just eat and eat and eat all day. So it's constantly getting knocked back. Pardon me. So it really needs a break. Every few years you should give each paddock a good 6 months, I reckon, break, just to recoup, and, you know, sometimes you have to reseed certain areas. I'm thinking about doing that with one of the paddocks, but that's a big palaver, and I'm more concerned about getting a hot water shower going than that at the moment. But that's about it. There's a few other things coming on, a few projects that have come up lately actually. I don't want to jinx myself, I won't talk about them at the moment, but you'll soon find out. We'll wait and see what happens. If they come to fruition, then, you know, all will be revealed, so to speak. But it's all good. Still commuting. That's not good. But anyway, that's about it really. So that's what's basically, it's kind of like getting into the start of the bountiful period of the year, like springs like that, you know, it's all starting to happen. So a lot of work, you know, getting everything kind of prepped and ready to go. So hopefully in the next few months I'll have a lot of vegetable videos in particular, and some fruit ones, so I'll be able to show you stuff like that, how it's all coming on board. We'll see how we go. See how we go with summer too, if it's going to be a long hot summer again. Like last year there was weeks of 33, 36, 39, 36, you know, it was hot all the time. Didn't rain for, like, you know, I think 2 months was at one stage. It didn't rain at all. It just plays havoc with things, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, cool. Hope you're all well. I'll see you soon. Bye.